Tonight on Murder We Spoke, we discuss
100% marble rooms.
how Grady sells his aunt's short stories to a porno mag,
How only nerds wear glasses in the 80s.
and the IRS has super secret agents. All of that and much, much more with super special amazing guest April Richardson on tonight's Murder We Spoke. Guys, we are back for another episode of Murder We Spoke.
Hey.
In case you don't know who we are, if you're turning in for the first time because you're a fan of our guest, welcome.
Hello.
We are people who really, I have it written down, I should just read it, but we are new converts to the Church of Murder, She Wrote. We've only seen now 26 episodes. We watch only the best of the best based on your recommendations, and that's basically all we do here.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to do more. My name is Ben, and I'm joined as always by my co-host Marissa.
Hello.
And we have super special guest.
Super.
Super duper special.
Yes.
Beyond super duper. Like,
Emphasis
sure.
on the super.
you know her from the television. I even wrote all this down too because I'm like, I'll forget. Like you've seen her on At Midnight. She's one of the hosts of Almost Genius on True TV. She's been on How to Be a Grown Up, and she has her very own super popular podcast that you need to go back and listen to if you haven't, called Go Bayside. It's April Richardson.
Yay! Thank you for having me, and you live one street over from me, so
I think
it
that
was
was-
easy to walk here.
That was the main selling point. It's like you don't have to drive, you don't have to find parking.
Yeah, I'll just cruise over.
Why wouldn't you come over?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, guys, today we're watching Season 2, Episode 19, entitled Christopher Bundy Died on a Sunday.
Who recommended this, by the way?
Our good friend Matt Drew
Okay.
on Twitter recommended it. He said he recommended it for two reasons. One, Murder at the Playboy Mansion.
Sure.
Two, Robert Stack.
Okay, cool. I agree with
Thank
both
you,
of
Matt.
those.
Yeah.
You cannot disagree with that.
Yeah.
So, I think other people recommended it. I only wrote his name down. But, I mean, who's not going to recommend the episode with Murder at the Playboy Mansion?
Right.
It was a great one.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the Leopard Mansion, everyone.
It's called the Leopard Mansion, but if you
It's
look...
the Leopard Mansion.
Everywhere they went, did you notice the little, the monograms on all the towels said BC? So I'm like,
did?
were they, like, actually in Burt
Convey's house! Oh my god, totally!
Because they had, like, a B with, like, an elongated, like,
No,
on
yeah.
everything. And
Maybe
I'm like,
it was. It was that match game, win, lose, or draw money.
Yeah. You know, I guess his name was Christopher Bundy, so it's like, because, like, did they just
yeah,
reverse it and they're like,
reverse it.
Burt Convey, it's Christopher Bundy.
Right.
You know what?
And close enough.
He's like, I don't feel like leaving the house.
Right.
I
Just
built
come
a new,
over.
Yeah, I built
I'll
a new
be in
wing
the show
with,
if you come over to my house. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
marble room.
Yes.
Oh, we can use my helicopter I bought with match game money.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
not a problem.
Yeah.
So it'll be fine. But Burt Convey is a repeat, as we were discussing. He was on the pilot.
Okay.
Do you remember him from the pilot, Marissa?
I remember his face, but I can't remember what character he was.
He's the dude who was playing... They went to a costume party in the pilot, and he's the dude who was on piano
Yep.
making the most specific New York Broadway jokes. Because he played a tune, he's like saying a song, he's like, they'll love that west of 86th Street. And
Right,
then
and you're
it's
like,
no one knows
No
what
one
that
watching is gonna get that
What
at
does that
all.
mean? Oh, these super deep Broadway references?
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
The costume party was the premiere?
That was the first episode, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was in the first... Yeah, because as soon as you turned it on, I was like, Burt Convey, because I only know him from game show hosting.
Because who knew he did other things?
Yeah, I didn't know he was a dramatic actor, as
Everyone
we saw.
dabbles in Murder, She Wrote,
Yeah.
apparently.
I think they're like, you know what, we know you got more in you than just a little match game.
Yeah.
Take
a chance on us.
We're going to get it out of you.
Yeah,
You're going to
for
be
sure.
acting opposite Angela Lansbury, Oscar
Yes.
nominated.
Yes,
This can only lead to good things.
for sure.
Exactly.
So we start the episode with Grady essentially telling Jessica, oops, I kind of sold your short stories to a porno mag. Whoopsie, my
Called
bad.
Leopard. I'm
Yes.
sorry, I can't get over
It's
that.
too good.
Because every single other thing that's ever had a fake Playboy magazine has called it Playpen. every movie, every TV show, it's always
That's
called
true.
Playpen.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
this was Leopard instead of Playpen.
They're like, we're gonna break the mold. We're
Yes.
we're gonna put some thought into
Leopard.
this.
Yeah.
Also, it's like not even remotely. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. As soon as I saw that, I was.
Because
That's
that's
There
the
was
amazing.
that
Yeah.
leopard on the sheets in
Yes,
that marble
in-
bedroom.
yes.
Clicking.
Oh yeah, the
I'm
marble
a
bedroom.
little slow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, because Leopard doesn't tell you anything.
It doesn't tell, and
What's
it's
in
not like
Leopard
sexual,
magazine?
is it? Or leopard's known to be
No.
like sexy creatures?
Just
Like,
like-
I don't know.
Right.
Like,
Those sexy
you know what I
leopards.
mean?
Quick.
Like,
No,
yeah.
no.
So I loved that too. Yeah, you accidentally sold it to a nudie mag.
So she's like, okay, we're on our way to visit relatives
Basically
in
goes-
Poughkeepsie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they're like, oh, we're going to be driving right by the Leopard Mansion.
Yes.
We'll just stop
Let's
in.
just cruise on in. It's
We'll
not a big
just
deal.
Knock on the door.
Yes.
What's up? Can we negotiate?
He'll
this?
see us because, obviously.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll get in, like, they go up to the gate.
Yes.
Buzz
Nice.
right in.
Just
you
right
wanna,
in.
You want to talk to the owner of this multinational
Yes!
company?
Yes!
Please, come in.
Yeah.
That's like if we just got in a car right now and drove to the Playboy Mansion, they're like, of course Hugh Hefner will hang out
Yeah.
with you. Not
That's
a
like,
problem.
Let's
He's
try it.
considering
Yeah.
printing one of my short stories. Oh, please, right
yes.
this way.
I love
We'll
that.
alert him to your presence immediately.
Yes.
So they stop by, zero trouble,
Mm-hmm.
and he like lands in his helicopter in the front yard.
Yes.
Yeah, so he wasn't even there yet when they got there.
Right.
No, they were
he's
literally
not
just-
home, but come on, just wait for him. I'm sure he'll be fine with it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they were literally just like taking a chance. He's like, hey, he's not returning my calls. Stop
Which
at
I
his house.
understand in the Murder, She Wrote universe, like, she is a known writer, correct? But she's not like Stephen King.
I mean, it's also only season 2, so
Right,
like
so she's
not
not
that
famous.
many people
Right.
know her.
But even in the pilot, I
She's
feel like
it's still short stories.
she
right?
still gets stopped every 5 seconds. Like, aren't you that famous writer? Like,
Right.
they
That's
play it
true.
up. She is like a John Grisham, Stephen
Okay.
King-esque. I feel like she's.
Because then I was like, okay, if she's that famous, then I could see if they would let her in. But if she's that famous, then she's not. She doesn't need a short story published.
That's
in
what I'm
Playboy.
about
Like,
to
you know
say.
what I mean?
And why is
Like,
her
why
nephew her?
Why did he even have the short stories?
Yeah.
To
Why
publish
is,
in the first place.
Yeah, it's like she doesn't need it. He wouldn't be negotiating it. She would have like a literary agent.
Not her fucking nephew.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
like. And
Dumb
this does
crazy.
not add up, is what I'm saying. Everybody. This does not add up.
You know what? Now that we're doing the math,
Yeah.
I agree. It
So I don't think she's as famous that she could just cruise up, and then of course when she does, and he just immediately meets with her.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'll take a meeting right now
Well,
at
not
my
only
house.
that, sleep over.
Yeah, just
I'll
stay.
feed you. Let's
yeah,
hang
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, because even in the beginning, I guess when he's in his like giant office with that, like black everywhere, and you got the cityscape in the background.
Right.
Yeah, the light upstairs.
And then Mo Green from The Godfather walks up behind me. He's like, "That Jessica woman keeps calling," and he's like, "She won't be a problem." It's like they're almost like talking about rubbing her out.
Right,
It's like,
right.
It's like because he knows she's going to be trouble.
Right.
And then when he walks by her, he just shakes her hand like, "Oh, very nice to meet you," and keeps walking because strangers at his home is just a cool thing to happen.
Right, exactly. He wouldn't be like, security let you in here? Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, so someone's getting fired. Would you just let me know who it is? Because someone is losing their job."
For sure.
And Mo Green is probably just going to shoot him in the back of the head on
Right,
the way out. Because
right.
why else have I
Obviously.
hired Mo Green?
Exactly.
So yeah, but then she's like, "No, I'm Jessica Fletcher," and he's like, "Oh, game face."
Yeah.
Stops
And
in
then-
his tracks.
Yeah.
Poses, turns around.
I'll
And
hang
then-
out with you immediately.
Yeah.
And I will hit on you harder than
Relentlessly. Okay, that is one thing you guys said too that was in. I watched this when I was a kid. I have not watched it since I was a kid, like with my mom. She loved it. I remember liking it as a kid. I don't remember the fact that she gets crazy hit on gives me hope for my future, for sure.
Oh my god.
Because she's clearly 60 plus years old.
Totally.
She's a delightful lady.
Yeah,
but you know,
she's a badass.
dressed like a librarian. Like, dudes are like, I want to rail you right now.
Yeah,
just
Jessica
lining
Fletcher.
up
exactly.
around
Yes!
the block, ready to go. Oh, yeah,
Aggressively hitting on her.
even when she's like, "This ploy is a little strong." He's
Yes.
like, "Well, for good reason, my dear lady."
Yes.
And she's just like, "Okay, I get it." And he's
Right.
like, and then he just straight up invites her to breakfast.
Yes.
Plays
the
hard to get,
classiest.
I feel. She never
Yeah.
gives in to them. She's like,
Because in the pilot, I feel like this all goes back to the pilot. Because in the pilot, she kind of fell for the dude that was publishing her books.
Uh-huh.
Her first book.
Didn't they kiss?
Did they
Yeah.
kiss?
It
The
grossed me
only
out.
kiss,
Yeah,
the
ever.
only, from what the people on Twitter tell me, the only kiss in Murder, She Wrote in 12 seasons
And it only
Was in the pilot.
was
Yeah.
in the pilot.
Oh, that's crazy.
Well, they wanted her character to be more. What did she say?
She
in the interview?
once it got kind of picked up for series because the pilot was a movie.
Uh-huh.
She's like, I want her to be friends with dudes because I want her to like not be an old biddy who's just always chatting with
Right.
stuff. So he's like, so I want her to be friends with dudes, but she's an independent lady. She doesn't need a man.
I fully look as an independent lady who also does not need no man.
Yes.
I fully am on board with that 100%. But I like the dynamic of her not being like a lady who just bangs everyone or whatever, or not having to be like the hot lady. I'm doing air quotes, the hot lady of the show. But I almost wish she can be both. You can be friends with a bunch of dudes and bang some of them.
Exactly.
Yeah, like as
Well,
a
she,
60-year-old.
She still wears her like wedding ring from her. So
She
it's
is a
kind
widow.
of
She
like,
is a widow.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
so
so
it's
I
like
feel
I'm
like
still
that
not
adds
over
an
this guy.
element like true love.
Oh.
And
They're
the one,
kinda like-
and the one time she like let her guard down and got into a dude, he was the multiple murderer. So
I got it. She's been burned in the past.
Yeah,
I get
so
it. I get it.
she's like,
Okay.
But yeah, no, you
The
should be
fates
able
have
to
spoken.
do both.
Yeah.
yeah. So, but like, yeah, even when like, yeah, the 25-year-old who's like helping her write the book, or
Yeah.
she's like,
It's
no.
like you could still hit it and be his friend later. Like, just take one for the team.
Exactly,
Yeah,
like
For old
exactly.
cougars everywhere,
Yeah,
pointing
exactly.
to myself. Take one for the team. Yeah, for sure.
okay.
So she has a meeting with the guy, and then he also aggressively hits on her.
And I do want to say why it's weird that in the title of the episode they told us who was going to die, because the title of the episode is Christopher Bundy died on a Sunday.
Oh, right. Okay,
and
right.
then I figured like, okay, he's probably going to die like super quick because it's right and thing. It's like, no, we're like 2 commercial breaks in before he
Right.
dies.
Yeah. But we
It was
still
a
didn't
bizarre-
get it. I didn't
Maybe
even
that's-
see the title. So
Yeah, I
had
didn't
no
either.
idea.
I didn't either.
I only noticed it because I just like saying Sunday.
Sunday.
So
Oh,
I
and
kept saying it
Sunday's
like
a great title.
Sunday.
Yeah.
We glossed over the fact that when they first walk in, though, the hot lady is like posing by the pool, and her name is Millicent. A young hot lady
Millicent.
is Millicent.
Yeah,
We have to
super,
use that as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean,
super
Millicent
young
Yeah.
hot ladies named Millicent.
of course, in the 80s.
Whose
In the
job
80s.
is to just lay by the pool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from laying by the pool, has burnt her feet.
Got her feet sunburned.
Can barely
Nowhere
walk.
else. Fully
baby.
not red anywhere
No.
else, but it's like my
Like
feet.
porcelain skin.
Porcelain skin.
Completely cool everywhere
But
else.
it's like the bottom of
She
my
could
feet are
barely
so
walk.
sunburned,
Yeah,
I
she-
can't walk. Yeah.
Yet when she's walking barefooted, she's hobbling over to his helicopter.
Yeah.
Later that night, going to dinner, high heels.
Chilling.
fine. No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
That's where
Beauty's
she's
pain,
comfortable.
Ben.
That's
Beauty's
where-
pain.
I guess like
Yeah, she just had
style
to
over
rock the
substance, and
hills,
she's going for style.
apparently.
Okay, good. For
So
her.
Millicent's awesome. Also, when they get there, when Jessica and her nephew get there, everybody's playing croquet, which is like ultimate like rich people doings.
I mean,
And
did
why was-
anybody else play croquet growing up?
I mean, I feel like I maybe
you?
did once in school or something, but I'm not rich, so we didn't
No.
have like.
I think this is going to sound so snooty, but when I lived in France for a little with that exchange family, their grandma had a croquet set, but every time I hit it, they would just bounce everywhere, so
Right,
I gave
right.
up.
Yeah, it's not fun. I don't
you
remember it being fun.
Oh, we played croquet.
Are you
endlessly.
rich?
Oh
Were you
no,
a rich kid?
I grew up in Montana.
Montana and croquet just don't...
Yeah.
We had like the little set, like you'd pick it up and like my mom would set it up and
That sounds like so many fun memories.
I remember putting, because when you hit it at first, like you put the little wooden stick in the ground and you don't hit the ball, you hit the little wooden peg. It's the most
Interesting.
Oh,
bizarre.
I don't know the rules.
Yeah,
I just know
that sounds-
it's always.
I just remember having to hit a wooden peg and thinking, this is stupid. But
Right.
the rest of the game's super cool.
It's
was
like
fun.
croquet and polo.
Yes,
for
I feel like
rich
those are
people.
such like East Coast.
I have no
It's
idea
rich
how we
people
got
things.
a croquet set. But
Where'd
I
you grow
remember
up in Montana?
Butte, Montana, Southwest.
Oh, okay, Fairbanks grew up in Missoula.
Oh yeah, totally,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, we were like, Missoula was like, that's where all like the hip happening young college.
Oh,
kids were.
really?
Oh yeah, we were like a step below Missoula. Like,
Really?
we aspired to Missoula. Didn't make no
That's so
mistake
funny
about
because
it.
Fairbanks tells so many stories from childhood of just people getting in fights in the streets, and it just sounds like such a shit kicker place. Where he's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, people just got beat up constantly, and I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, totally. Like that was just the
It
way.
still
like,
sounded like Wild Wild West times.
yeah, like it's like bars. Like my mom, like family members, like, oh, it's 5 o'clock on a Friday. There's a bar right across the street. We're gonna go there until 3 a.m. and then
Right.
like.
And then everyone fights. That's kind of
Yeah,
what
Tuesday-
Fairbanks said.
That's the thing, yeah. My brother, like, I was the good kid. I stayed home on Friday nights and watched reruns of Absolutely Fabulous on Comedy Central. As we've established. But my brother would go out and, like, more than once, like knock on the door. There's, like, a circle of, like, 4 cars. Like, where's your brother? And I'm like, I don't. And so, like, my car would, like, they'd have, like, paintball guns and shoot my car with paintballs and stuff. And, like, they'd be waiting around for my brother. I'm like, guys, he's not
Oh my
Damn,
god.
This
dude.
is like
This is crazy.
It's like
Ben.
this is pre-DVR times. I'm missing.
Right,
that
right,
fact.
right.
It's like I'm missing.
Go
like,
find him and kick his ass. I got TV to watch.
Like he's whatever he did. Sure, he deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm certain he deserves it. But,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Montana lives up to its reputation.
Where's your brother? That's
And
like
then,
out
like-
of a movie. I
And then
love it.
my mother is like, why don't you call me? I'll kick their ass. I'm like,
What?
sure. I'm like, no, yeah, of course you will, Mom. She's like, I'll empty the bar and we'll all come kick their ass. And I'm like, yeah, Mom.
That's
maybe
great.
for next time, I'll keep that in mind. But she was literally like, she's like, that's her solution. No, I'll empty the bar, and me and a bunch of 60-year-olds will come beat the shit out of these teenagers.
That's
Yes.
That's what will happen.
That's amazing.
I want to see that though. I wish it had actually.
You've met my
happened.
mom. She can throw a punch.
She can.
That's
And
amazing.
She makes the mean wontons.
She makes the mean one, yeah, in her
Very
retirement.
well rounded. Yes.
So.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
That and croquet. That's Montana.
Summing them up.
the duality that is Montana.
For
That's
sure.
fantastic.
Well, that is fascinating because I just always thought it was like some snooty East Coast rich people game. But they have a guy filming them playing it, which ends up being
The nephew?
the nephew.
Why was he filming it? Oh, just like home video?
Why was
I
he even
guess.
there, by the
Yeah,
way? Like,
exactly.
he like played. He had like
He was
nothing
super
to do.
annoying.
And
Just,
he was super annoying, and he really didn't factor into anything. He was just
Yeah.
he was just an alibi for blonde girl.
I think he was just also supposed to be like a creep that you suspect, like just an extra,
Just
like,
another
creep.
red herring. It's like, oh, this
Yes.
guy's
Yeah,
a,
that's true.
this guy's a dick.
Yeah, he probably did it
He
because
could have
he's
did
a
it.
dick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he's like Donald Trump Jr.
Yes, he
Exactly.
totally was like that.
Gross.
Okay. I just wrote down that I loved Jessica's necklace, like the
The layer.
Multi-layered.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
With
wrote
the-
down the thing about the lady who. So she was the niece because she was the sister of the cameraman guy.
Yeah.
So-
And when she was leading Jessica to go get a drink, and goes, "I can't have one. The doctor says my liver is gonna fail in 6 months." Isn't that what she said? Or is that like,
She's like, yeah, in 6 months. Like, yeah, because she's like, oh, would you want a ginger ale? And Jessica's like, oh, yeah, that'd be lovely. She's like, I hate this stuff, but that's the only thing I can drink because I'm going to die soon.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
It's like-
basically something about a very specific her liver in 6 months, where it's like, and she dropped it so
And
casually.
she's like, okay, see ya.
Yes, just casual
God.
conversation. Here's your drink. Oh, I'm gonna die of liver cancer. Peace out. Nice to meet you. Like
Yeah.
it was
I got
so crazy.
middle of a croquet game over here.
Yes,
Like, gonna be
yes.
Too
Gotta
good.
finish this game before my liver fails. It was nice to meet you. It was crazy.
I want to take this memory to the grave.
Yeah, yes, yes. It was so weird. It was just such a
good.
weird thing to drop in casual conversation.
And then, so the mom, fiery redhead,
With
Yes,
cray eyebrows.
yes.
With cray-cray.
insane drawn-on eyebrows.
she had two husbands, and we're to assume that the daughter is from one husband and the son is from another. Is that
Yes.
what's happening?
I'm assuming
I think so,
they kind
too.
of look alike to me.
That's the thing. But
The
then,
heavy brows.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, their mom has none, but
well, I mean that we know of.
yeah.
And then
Who
also because
knows?
Jessica said something about that in passing, like something about her husband's.
Because when
She's
she
like,
met it, she's like,
harlot.
"Oh, this is Mrs. Bundy," and and then she's like, "Oh, these are my kids," and she's like, "Oh, I thought your husband was one of the most eligible bachelors." She's like, "Oh no, that's my brother. I'm the marrying one." And both
Right.
their husbands,
Oh, true.
one committed suicide and one
I don't know.
we never really got to the bottom of why he.
Right, right. He
There's
just bounced.
I mean, we
He
assume,
had enough of those eyebrows and was like, I gotta go.
Bye.
He's like, yeah, it's just fucking croquet and eyeballs all day. I can't do
I
it.
didn't sign
Can't
up for
handle
this.
this anymore.
And that little prick with the video camera all
Yeah,
day.
taping
No,
everything.
I'm done. I gotta go.
Gross.
So, and there was also in the hallway what's Jessica's nephew's name?
Grady.
Grady.
Because he's
Grating,
grating.
yeah.
Wait, what?
He is the most annoying. Well, because this is like the least bumbling he's been. In the pilot, like he's tripping, like he had one job, like, oh, this 60-year-old lady's running away. You need to detain her. And she like threw an elbow shiver, just completely knocked his ass to the ground. Like he was getting his ass kicked by old people in the
He's
pilot.
just stupid and like Jessica has to do everything for
Right.
him. He's just like, oh, I didn't know I sent it to a porno mag, and you're like, of
Yeah,
course
it's like,
you did.
yeah, that's who Grady is.
Yeah, he's just annoying.
Well, yeah, so the hot Millicent lady is like hitting on him in the hallway. It's just the two of them. And then she goes, you wear glasses, right? And he's like, no, I don't. I totally don't. Like, freaks out.
Yeah.
And
He's
she
like-
was like, yes, you do. I see the things on your nose. And he had to be like, fine. But it was just, I love
and she's
the
like,
80s.
Oh, I wear them too. And he's like, oh yeah.
Yes.
And he
He's
pulls
like,
them out
yeah.
and can actually see
Yes.
for the first time.
Yeah.
When he...
And he's like, but you're a hot chick. I don't...
Yes!
It
I
does-
love the 80s because it's like...
It's like-
I only got LASIK. I wore glasses since I was like 8 years old, and it's just so funny to remember a time where it is like, I'm sorry you're so ugly because you have glasses on.
Yeah.
Or it's like,
Boys.
God, oh my
Or
God,
people like-
totally.
Oh, yeah.
I for sure got made fun of in school. I had to start
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
glasses in like second grade.
When I grew up, everyone wanted glasses. So it'd be like, and then the people with glasses are like, you don't want glasses, they're annoying. They're like, I do though. Like my younger sister, she's the only one in the family who didn't need glasses, and she wanted to get them.
Really?
And my mom was like, if you lie in the eye doctor test, they'll know. But she really wanted them.
See,
Because they're like
You'll
in there an
screw up your
I
accessory.
don't know
to
if
the
you
point-
had the same experience. I mean, like
No,
when
I
I
to-
got them, I got totally
It's
made
an
fun of.
accessory, I guess.
No, yeah, I totally had the same experience as you, April, where, like, because my family has really bad eyes, all of us.
Yeah.
So I got them really young, got made fun of, 4 eyes, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the second I was, like, old enough, they're like, oh, you can probably try contacts now. You're
Yes.
old enough to handle it. Contacts all day,
Same
every day.
here. Totally same
And then,
here.
yeah, and I went back, once I, like, got out of high school, I'm like, yeah, glasses are fine. I'm
Yes,
really,
exactly.
And it's like, then it kind of came back into style, but...
But the idea
Back
of a
to-
grown man being like, I don't wear glasses, what are you talking about, hot lady? And then
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you do. And then he's like, oh, okay. But yeah,
Just
so
like-
I just love that he acted like it was the worst thing
Yeah.
he could be
That's
accused of.
amazing.
Could
Yeah.
not compute, like, hot chick, glasses.
Yes.
It's impossible.
Totally.
I love it.
Okay. Let's see. I think that's about it. Oh yeah, he invites her to stay for the next day, and then she's like, "Okay, cool."
Right.
She gets up and goes for a nice jog the next
Sure.
day.
Full makeup
comes
and
back-
a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Comes back to the man's in like almost like a velour
Yeah.
turtleneck jumpsuit.
You know, well,
Yeah.
you love what's real comfy to jog in.
She's like, when she was packing for Poughkeepsie, I need my
Yeah.
velour jogging suit, as
sure.
you do.
does.
Let's see. I wrote down.
I have next Robert Stack creeping, because it's one of those. Several people did this in the episode where
So many.
they're just two people are talking, they walk off, and then the other person just comes into the frame. Where it seems like they were standing a foot away. Like the two people would go, "Hey, Robert Stack is standing over there." Like they clearly are like in their line of sight. But he just creeps up and is like, "Hey guys," and then they're talking. He comes in and like yells at Bert Convy like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, you suck." You know
In
what I mean?
Hades, you're going to
Yeah,
Hades.
see you in Hades. And then goes to talk to Jessica in the library, and then they're talking, and she goes, "Hey, we gotta turn around because there's security cams." But it's the most well-mic'd
Ever.
like the guy's
No.
watching it on the security cam screen, and it's the clearest audio.
The
you've
Big
ever
Brother
heard.
house is not mic'd this well.
Exactly, exactly. It
it's-
was
yeah.
so crystal clear.
And then I love the thing because we see the security guard, like the revelation or the reveal that it's being recorded,
Right.
And then you see his face, in shadow, slowly as his head
Yes.
goes down, and he's like, "Oh, nefarious." He
It's
turns
like
out to
Mr.
be like,
Burns.
Yeah,
Is that-
totally
yeah.
like Dr. Evil style. Like, yeah.
And then turns out that guy's actually like the sweetest guy in
Yeah,
the house.
yeah.
Like he couldn't be nicer. Couldn't be nicer.
But yeah, I couldn't believe how well mic'd it was. And then also another thing I like about this and things of this period is whenever the music swells, any mystery, like what's going on music is heavy on clarinet. And I love it. It's like the clarinet's the mystery instrument. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
totally.
That's amazing.
yeah. So I wrote down mystery clarinet music.
Just like in the 80s, like the saxophone was the
The
like,
sexy music.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like, oh, we're
Yeah.
watching Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Half of it's gonna be saxophone, you
Yes.
guys, and
For sure.
It's
And
gonna
then
be
for
super
mystery,
sexy.
it's weirdly clarinety and borderline polka. It's like
Yes.
yeah, it's weird.
no, totally.
So
I have the Grady's getting like a little, or no, this is when Harrison because they turn around, they're talking. She's like, "Turn around, we got to discuss. I know we just met, but I'm
Yes!
super invested
Yes!
in how your business
Yeah.
dealings are
Yes!
going to turn out." And he's like, "Great, because I trust you implicitly, and
Yes!
I'm going to reveal to you exactly what's
yes,
going on."
that's true. Yeah.
And so they're like fast friends, and they're devising
Yeah,
a
because that
plan.
was the other thing too. When I was also trying to figure out how famous she was, because he does seem to immediately be like, "Jessica, thank God you're here. Listen, here's everything that's going on with my business. I need to tell you immediately." And she's like, "Yes, definitely, I'll help you, guy I just met."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do like how she's like, "Here's what you got to do: hire a good lawyer." And he's like, "Jessica, I'm
You
reinvigorating.
solved it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight this thing up to the end."
For
You
sure.
did it.
Okay.
And then he makes a Dostoevsky reference,
Yes.
and I just wrote down her quote afterwards. She's like, it's a little early to be wallowing around in Russian angst.
Yes.
I mean,
I just
come
thought that was
on.
the great.
That's
Whoever
amazing
wrote that
line,
line
dude.
Yes.
in the writer's room wrote that down, dropped his pen, is like, I'm done
Yes.
for the
I
day, guys.
think I'm going
What a
home,
line
guys.
to get
I
in a
think
sitcom.
he's like, yeah, I think
It's
my
like,
work is
if
done
you
here.
guys don't, sorry if you're too dumb to get it, everybody. Boom.
Bye.
Yeah, totally.
So that was a quote of the episode, I think.
Oh, for sure. But then, okay, so when we come back, that's when he gets shot. That's like immediately, right? Because we come back from that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the security guard is like showing Jessica, like, look at this cool layout where I'm watching
'Cause
all of you guys
And
all
like
the
the
time.
underground
Because, like, yeah, she,
cobblestone
I don't-
chamber.
Yeah, I don't even know why she goes down there.
I think
But-
just curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay, that
She's a
sounds...
curious woman.
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
believe that for her. So
Yeah.
she goes...
She just like moseys on down there.
Yeah, so it's like... Yeah, like the crypt of a castle.
Yeah.
Where all this security set up. And then, again, like this nefarious security guard is like, oh, hey, Mrs. F. Like, what's
Yeah.
going on? Like,
Okay, my
just
cup
like,
of Joe. What's up?
he's like, yeah, just get a cup of coffee. You want to look around, have a look? And he's like... And then you see the butler, and he's like, oh, this guy likes to drink. And he's just revealing family secrets.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and he was like, "Oh, and I know you, but you don't know me because I can hear. Like,
Mhm.
I've heard things." He even admits that.
It's super
I can-
creepy the
yeah.
way he says it, where
Yeah.
he's like, I've been listening to you the entire time. Ha
Yeah.
ha ha. And she's like, okay.
Remember when he said there was no microphones? I
Yeah.
heard all that. JK.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Totally.
And it's like, we don't lock the door. We tell people there's no microphones, but you just kind of wander in and find out
Right.
there is.
Yeah,
Right.
surprise.
But they do, when they're watching something, yeah, they see in the hallway the butler doing some shady shit. Like,
He's
he
just-
looks over his shoulder and does, like, a shady move.
They're all like looking over their shoulder before they.
Well,
turn
because
in any
everybody's
hallway.
like lurking and creeping every 5 seconds. It's like, I know someone's
Yeah.
about to round the corner.
And
So I just
everything is
gotta-
being
yeah.
recorded.
So we see the daughter fiddling with books and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, P.S. real quick, the security guard, did you recognize him?
Hi, is he from Seinfeld?
No, we do have a Seinfeld connection, obviously. But he was in another episode that we watched when she went to the guy who was like, he was like a Walt Disney guy and running his own theme park.
Not the medieval theme park.
The medieval theme park, yes.
Yeah.
The security guard that kicked the door in, it's the same guy.
He just is always playing a security guard?
He's like,
He
well,
does not have a lot of range.
I'll play a security guard, but only if I'm working for a complete asshole who ends up getting murdered.
Right.
And I kind of, in a, stumbly bumbly way, help solve the crime. Can you meet those? You can? I'm in.
Yeah, okay, then
I'm
I'll
your
do
guy.
it.
Got it.
For sure.
That's the
I
same.
love how they reuse people all the time.
I'm sure they're just like, you're kind of tall and lanky, like we have the outfit. It
Yeah,
fits
we already
you.
know you fit in the
Right,
uniform.
exactly.
So
yeah.
Come on.
You
Yeah.
did a competent job last time.
You have no other work
Welcome
going
back.
on right now, I'm sure. Okay, perfect.
But since you brought it up, it seems like every episode there's a Seinfeld connection. The butler is our Seinfeld connection.
Yeah,
Do
but
you
I don't
re-
know how.
The clue I'll give you is Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh, I don't know. You're putting me on the spot.
No, it's okay. The episode where George joins a book club
Okay.
and he doesn't want to read the book, so he goes to rent Breakfast at Tiffany's, like old school back at the Blockbuster days.
Right.
And they're like, oh no, it's rented out to this family. And he's like, just shows up at their door and is like, hi, I have a book club, need to watch Breakfast at Tiffany's. And the dad is like, it's my daughter's favorite, but I guess come in. The dad that invites him in.
Is the butler?
Is the
That's
butler.
crazy!
And that guy was in 2 episodes of Seinfeld playing the same guy, Joe, on both episodes.
Yeah, because
But
he looks familiar, but there's so many episodes of Seinfeld that I
That's
was like,
crazy.
who?
You nailed the last one though. Like the last one was, I thought, even harder, and you nailed that one. So that
Yeah,
was pretty good.
well, because she kind of looked like Jerry.
That's true.
Do you ever watch Seinfeld?
I'm the only comedian on earth who's only, I've seen like 2 episodes of it.
Okay.
I'm not into it.
That's fine. That's fine.
I should get into it. But I wasn't.
have
I remember
to.
watching it at the time and being like,
No need to waste your time on something you don't enjoy.
No.
Meh.
Meh.
I feel like I should. It's like comedy school. But anyway,
But
I just outed myself. Sorry.
you're
We'll
still
edit-
here.
we'll edit
You're
this
still
out.
here.
When you get like the hate tweets and stuff,
For
don't
sure
yeah.
will.
No.
For sure will.
And they'll tag Jerry Seinfeld with the whole
Totally. And be
thing.
like, get her fired from comedy. Yeah, totally.
He'll send Mo Green after you.
Yeah,
it'll be a whole
it'll
thing.
be
It'll
scary.
a whole thing.
Yeah.
Green.
Okay. But just speaking of the butler, after the guy dies and they pin it on Harrison, Jessica's running around. She's like, I don't think it was Harrison. Like, I mean, I got a good vibe off him the five minutes we spent together.
For sure.
I totally know like his motives and his aspirations. But has anybody looked at the butler? Has anybody given him a
I
serious
know,
look?
Jessica.
It doesn't look, you know what?
Racist.
It's not a good. It's not a good
Jessica
color on you,
basically was
Jess.
like, I think the black guy did it.
Yeah.
And then
Are
she-
you sure not?
Then she's like, yeah, and when she's talking to Lieutenant Greco, who's like the greatest name in the
Of
episode.
course.
Yeah.
And he's exactly that. I mean,
Yeah.
like
Picture-
a perfect name for
Close
that.
your eyes, picture
Yes.
a streetwise cop
Yes.
called Lieutenant Greco.
Yes.
That's him. You pictured him perfectly. When she's like, no one knows where old Jensen was, and he's like, who? And he's like, the manservant. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, and then she gets in real close. She's like, the butler. And it's like,
Right.
what?
How is that less offensive than manservant?
Exactly.
Manservant
Yeah.
sounds
Gross.
borderline
and
slave.
sex. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a sex thing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like she was.
Yeah.
okay, Jessica. I see
Yeah.
that. Oh,
And then she
here's
whispers
Steven,
butler.
my boyfriend, also my manservant.
Yeah, exactly.
Nicely. Okay.
It kind of works.
Was she the only thing I can think of is maybe she didn't want to be like, because she realizes she's living the board game Clue,
Yes.
and she didn't want to say like it was the butler in
In the
giant,
totally.
like she's like
in the hallway with the gun.
Yeah, she's like, I realize how ridiculous this sounds, so I'm gonna say manservant to not sound so
Right.
silly, even though that's 10 times as silly. I
Yeah.
don't,
Yeah.
I'm just making excuses for JB. That's-
Because it's JB, you gotta.
Well, so the guy gets shot and makes a spectacular fall down the stairs. Like, we all cheered. We were all like,
was
fall down the stairs,
amazing.
fall down
Yeah,
the stairs,
April's
fall
like,
down the
please
stairs.
fall down, please fall down.
Yes.
Then he started tumbling, we're like,
It
yes!
was
Because-
majestic.
I mean, because the face he made beforehand, just like no pain or anything, just like
Yes.
longing, like, oh, what was?
Like, just
Like-
gazing into the middle.
I mean, just
and
like-
then tumbles all the way down
I
the
mean,
stairs.
basically like the beginning of his Emmy reel.
Yeah,
Yes,
like that.
yes,
he's
yeah,
cracked
for
a
sure.
shot one before.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
then tumble down the stairs.
In the most comfortable position.
Comfortable, like
Like,
lands
straight up
in the
snoozing.
fetal position.
He lands, like how a cartoon dog sleeps.
Yes,
Like, with his hands under
that's
his-
how he lands,
Yeah, that's
and
how
how
he-
they tape around
and then
his
they
body.
duct tape. Just
Yes.
And then I feel like, okay, we see that for a little bit, and then the camera never goes down again because
Right.
characters come in and they're like, hey, you're getting on a crime scene. And I feel like Bert Convey's like, you get like 5 minutes of get all the shots you need.
Yeah, and then you
'cause
gotta raise up out of my
BC's
house.
out here. I'm
Yeah.
not laying on the ground.
Well, that's what I wrote down too, because like everybody just comes and goes as they please. Where wouldn't the entire house be a crime scene? Like the cops would be like, "All of you have to leave. This is now
Yeah, well,
a
like,
crime
you know, when
scene."
you
You're
can
all-
come back in.
Yeah, you're all going to
and
be
they're just
questioned.
like cruising around.
Yeah, you're all going to go
Still
down to the
playing
station,
tennis.
Yeah.
answer our questions. Especially dude who, like, once someone died, pulled a gun on everybody.
Yes!
We're talking to you first,
First,
bro. Like,
right? And
'cause-
but like everybody just gets to chill in this house, run up and down those stairs. He just fell down,
Yes.
like all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Jessica's examining everything, going through the
Yes,
rooms,
yes.
practicing.
When it's like the cops would be like, "Yeah, you can't. Everyone has to leave now.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
we're
yeah, this
taping
is-
all this off."
Yeah, there's Lieutenant Greco and one other cop. Like, we have a lot of work to do
Yeah,
between the
yeah,
two of
exactly.
us. So you got to
In
go.
this manse.
and the Secret Service agent.
Oh, that we
Oh,
learned.
okay,
Yeah.
right. Because this is after they go through. Jessica tries to figure out where the shot came from, and that's when she goes to the room that's made 100% of marble
The
Like,
most-
with
just
marble
green-
doors.
I need
like-
to go there.
Like marble columns above the. I can only assume marble bed.
It's like the least comfortable room I've ever seen. It's a
It's-
bedroom, yeah, with a bed made of marble.
it would be freezing.
Like, yeah,
It would be
in that room.
freezing!
I'm
So
always.
cool. It's
Yes.
a giant room, yeah, and like they go through a marble door into a smaller marble
With
room.
like
Yes.
Caesar
that-
Palace
Yes.
ceiling painted on the wall.
Yes,
with
and,
big
like there's like a
waves.
mural
That's
overlooking.
like 3D. The
Yeah.
waves
It
was- I
are
mean,
like
it was a
coming onto the
well
floor.
done mural.
Yeah.
Whoever's real house this is, I hope it
I
looks
need to
exactly
know.
I know.
the
That's
same.
I
why-
want to
I
go
hope
to the
it looks
marble
the
room.
exact same.
Well, so she figures out whoever stayed in that room could have shot the guy, but then when they're like creeping around, which also I wrote down how they kept taking like leisurely strolls around the grounds.
Yeah.
Her and her
Yeah.
nephew, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that her nephew? Yeah, they just kept being like, let's just take a walk. When again, it's like the cops would be like, you can't just be walking around. Like we have,
Yeah.
this is a crime scene.
Everybody is a suspect. You guys can't
Yes.
be sitting out here, like peeking
Like,
your sword,
chilling.
exactly.
Yeah.
And every time they went out walking, it was that same thing where we see someone's in the window just creeping, looking at
Yes.
them, whether it's fiery old redhead or
Yeah.
Millicent.
Millicent or the butler. So yeah, they passed the butler with a mini spy camera.
Yeah, it's on one of their leisurely walks, one
Yes.
of the many.
Yes, yes,
they
yes.
Walk, when Jessica's like, I know it's not Harrison. Boy, I just wish
know,
I could
she,
prove
like-
it.
Yeah.
She was gung ho that wasn't him, and sees the butler with his James Bond.
Yes.
Like he was. I mean, he was basically James Bond.
Yes. I mean, he was wearing like a white
He was
jacket.
wearing like
that-
he was like
yeah.
Daniel Craig James
Yes.
Bond.
Did
Like
they
that.
For
make
sure.
cameras that big in the 80s?
Yeah, and
If
I
you're
don't.
a secret agent,
Yes.
yeah, they did.
only the government did. So he's taking it with the little thing, and they're like, "What, dude?" And he's like, "I am a spy for the IRS." Like, what? That's the most boring IRS has spies.
You don't admit that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm here taking pictures of his 1099s with my spy cam. Like, that's so boring. Yeah.
We found his file marked illegal tax documents.
Yes.
We got him dead to rights.
Yes.
But in hindsight, I like how much Lieutenant Greco was like, oh, it can't be the butler. He's like,
yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to take the gun and find the butler's prints on it, I'm sure. Because he knew he was an agent, so he was trying to overplay it.
Right.
So, super secret IRS agent is like working with the local detectives, like, hey, I'm planted in here. I might need you guys' help at the drop of a hat. So, when I call, you need to rush. Because they even made the comment, like, whoa, how'd the cops get here so
you got
quick?
here quickly.
So, he's like, he got on his bath phone.
But you know what? The more what you just said out loud makes me unpack this even more. Because imagine you work at the IRS. You're like, hi, I work at the IRS. And your boss is like, listen, dude, here's what we need.
Undercover.
Not only are you going to be a spy somehow, even though you're an IRS accountant guy, you have to be a butler. You're going to have to go live as a butler for a year.
At the Leopard Mansion.
At the Leopard Mansion, cater to this guy's every whim.
Yeah.
Basically be treated like crap.
Be called a manservant.
Yeah, be called a manservant. Serve people drinks. Yeah, be a butler because we need you to get in there and take pictures of his tax returns. Like, you'd be like, I quit.
Yeah.
What? I'm not doing that.
It's like, I didn't go to like James Bond
Yes!
007 school so I
Yes!
could take pictures of tax documents.
Yes. I mean,
So
I
I
would
could
never
like
do that.
so I could get a closer look at what this guy's writing off.
Yeah.
It's like,
exactly.
he wrote off
The lowest stakes spy mission ever. Yeah.
like no one. I mean, Al Capone was caught with tax documents. Like, was there an undercover tax guy? Like,
yeah,
like
being his butler.
oh, the 18-year-old kid that was filling the drinks. He worked for the IRS,
He worked for the
and that's
IRS.
how he got the son
The
of a
idea that
bitch.
the IRS has a spy division is just like my favorite thing. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the next big hour-long drama.
IRS spy.
IRS spy.
Spy RS!
Yes!
Thank you!
Oh.
Give me all the money.
Yeah.
And it's
Okay.
recorded here for posterity. No one
That's
can steal
right.
that idea.
It's
belongs-
copywritten.
It belongs to April Richardson.
It's totally copywritten.
And I think we get 15% probably is the
I think
industry
for
sure.
standard.
For
Is
sure.
the
That's the
industry
math.
standard.
For sure
okay.
you do.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
So and he goes, when he was like telling them, I mean, I wrote down this great quote because when they were asking, like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm a spy for the IRS. He goes, we're dealing with a new breed of gangsters who use computers instead of guns.
Yes.
Yes.
I like how
I
he
think
said
that
that.
might have been the line
Yes.
of the thing.
But I like how he's saying that immediately after being caught, not copying information off a computer, but taking
Taking
pictures of paper
Photographs
documents.
on film. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
These high-tech guys, it's like, then what's happening?
Then why don't you break into their computers?
Then why didn't you have like a floppy disk, like
yes,
breaking into?
for sure. Yeah.
Like,
Because he failed IRS school.
It's a new
He
breed of
doesn't know.
gangsters.
it's a new breed.
Gangster.
And so JB and Grady are just like, yep, IRS, a secret agent, checks
Cool,
out.
cool.
So,
Sounds reasonable.
So, okay,
Makes
we're
sense.
back to square one. We know it's not Harrison. We know it's not Spy RS.
Right. Right.
So we're back to square one. Who is it? Who could it possibly be?
Right. So then they go on another leisurely stroll around the grounds. And then
Once
that's
again.
when she sees, isn't that when she sees Robert Stack getting arrested? Like, aren't they're like walking around and then they're like, she's like, what? Robert Stack? And
Because-
he's like, they're arresting me.
This is before she learns that the guys in the IRS, they're taking him out. That's when she's trying to convince him, like, oh no, it could be the butler, and they find the
Right.
gun. And so that's when she's like, yeah, sees him being arrested. And we also didn't mention how the butler says the word hoodlum wrong.
Hoodlum! Hoodlum, that's right!
So
Yeah, he's like, this hoodlum. Yeah.
these hoodlums and their computers.
Yes,
Right.
for sure.
So let's see. I wrote down BC emblems everywhere. Oh, but then so he gets arrested, but then Robert Stack, they release him.
And he comes right back.
That's the thing is,
Yeah.
well, because he gets arrested, they drive him off in the cop car, but then when Jessica goes back in the house, the lady with the crazy eyebrows is like, all right, it's time to get down to business. I own this business now. Guess what? You're not published anymore. Whatever. Like, just fully like, this is mine. And
Yeah.
I'm like, isn't this the same day? Like, didn't
Yeah.
that guy get murdered like 2 hours ago? And now you're like, I own the business now.
Like, yeah, the butler hasn't even cleaned up the blood
Yes,
stains at the bottom of the.
And she's
thing.
already like, let's talk business terms. And it's like, what?
And even her son is like, when Grady is spying on him, he's like, hey Grady, you have an opportunity here. You can be part of something pretty great.
Right.
And he's like, it's like your dude. Like, yeah.
Yes,
again,
it's like, how do you think? How is this happening this quickly?
Like the coroner's not even.
Yes,
here, guys.
totally.
Like, but you have the will, you have all this
Yes.
stuff, like business as usual.
Yes, for sure. So she calls Jessica in to be like, guess what? I'm not publishing your shit anymore. Deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She's
she's
like,
like,
okay,
okay,
that's
man.
what I came here for.
Yeah,
that's
Okay,
what I
kidding.
Thank you.
She's like, now you can get the fuck out. 'Cause
Yes.
she did not want her there anymore.
Yeah.
Right, totally.
And so she basically, she kicks him out. She's like, I don't know what you're doing here anymore. I told you to leave. I'm not publishing your shit. Please go.
Right.
And then Grady's like, well, I feel like we're running away. And Jessica's like, well, it's none of our business, Grady.
Yeah.
Which is the first time Jessica's ever
I
said
was
that.
like,
Yeah,
that's-
exactly,
You know, it's
right?
early in the
Yeah.
series when she's like, man, we have nothing to do with this.
Okay,
We're out of
go.
here.
But then you're right. Robert Stack comes right back. Like, he
Yeah.
walks in the door and is like, they didn't have enough evidence, so they released me. And I'm like, oh, cool. So you
I'm back.
came right back to the crime
Yeah.
scene? Like,
So,
why
yeah,
would you do that?
All these
Right,
people that think,
bitches.
all you people who think I just killed your, brother / uncle.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up? I'm here back to chill at the crime
Yeah.
scene.
Like my DNA getting everything.
Yes.
It's like, got some updates.
Yeah.
So what happened? Like, again, I did not take good notes at the end. I was really like quite caught up in the end of this episode because it was.
Well, because so he comes back. Jessica has the book. Remember, she's like, she finds a book in her purse. Is like,
yeah.
I got to return this book. And
How
we're
did
like,
she
okay.
accidentally put that in her purse?
I mean, exactly.
Old
She was
ladies.
because remember when they were going to bed for the night and she's like, oh, you better go to bed, Grady. I'm just going to go to the library to get something to read.
Right.
And so she picked up
Got it.
So
that
she goes-
little antique.
Yeah.
journal.
tiny little book.
And she goes to return it, and that's when she walks in and the sun's in her face or something. Like, she
Yeah.
walks in
She
and
goes
the
to put
sun
it-
is like super intensely in her face, and that's when it
Has
clicks.
her aha moment.
Yeah, and she goes, wait a minute.
And she like presses rewind and play. And
Yeah.
it's a Sunday TV show.
Which
I
still don't understand what that factored in. Just to
I
show
didn't
that
either, other than it was just her discovering that a VCR was there in general.
Was it that? I almost feel it was like, here's how VCR technology works.
Yeah.
Was
Because
it like
I almost thought it
Monday?
was that too. It was
Because-
just her going, oh, rewind, play, like discovering that it could work.
I
Yeah,
thought
because I legit thought like at the start when I was like, maybe this was like recorded footage and we're not seeing something. It was like, it's like in the early 80s. That's probably
Right.
not.
Well, that's what I was like. Well, are they on a Monday? So she was saying it was on the. I like had no idea. What was
No, I'm
happening,
with you
so it
guys.
was a
I
Sunday
didn't-
morning.
Because I thought when she pressed play on it, I thought it was going to play the footage of the woman
Yes.
in the library.
Yeah.
But
So
it-
when it didn't, that's when I'm like, oh, so they're just showing us that a VCR exists here?
Yeah, maybe you're right, Marissa, because they made a big deal of this is the Sunday talking show.
Yeah.
It's Sunday morning and we're talking about things that happened on Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like Christopher Bundy died on a Sunday, and
Right.
it's like now it's the next. That's like, why is there a TV show on from Sunday on a Monday? I think it
Right.
was supposed to be like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it happened, and we were all kind of getting excited. We're like, something's about to happen.
She figured
but
it
none
out.
of us have any idea who
Right.
did it, what's happening, and
Because this is
as
usually
per
the moment
usual-
when you can be like, okay, she figured it out, and if you like thought for 2 seconds, you'd be like, oh, that's what. Because usually you don't have to make a giant leap.
Right.
For
Not that
me,
it was giant, but she-
sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like pretty good because she figured out. She's like, okay,
Yeah, she figured out because the sun was in her face, and she was like, I remember watching the video of that lady, and there was no sun in her face or something. Because
Mhm.
then
There-
she reenacts the whole thing.
Or
She
there
goes
was
in, yeah.
sun in
Yeah.
her face, but it was 10 in the morning, and
Yeah.
there shouldn't have been sun in
Yeah.
her face.
Or no, what happens is, it's funny that you say that because, so she does her whole reenactment,
Which was amazing.
which
by
was
the way.
totally
knocking
amazing.
over the
Knocking over the
glass
candy and
everything.
everything.
She showed back up into a house she was kicked out of,
Yes.
put the book back, and then had time to reenact the
Reenact the
whole scene.
whole
with
thing.
No one know.
Mhm.
And the
noticing.
best is she went to the security cave and took the lady who did it with her and started to do the tell her about the reenactment. And this is always my favorite thing in any movie or TV show that does this, where the girl goes, "Is this your idea of a joke?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, ever in the history of that being used as a cinematic thing, has anyone ever said yes? I want there to be a time where someone's like, actually, yeah,
I thought
it
this
is.
was- I
Did
thought
you
it-
like it?
Did you laugh?
Yes.
I thought it was
Okay,
going to be
cool.
funnier, I guess.
Yes, no one's ever just straight up gone yes, and then it's like da 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 da, and then that's the end of it.
In our IRS movie, that's
Yes,
gonna happen.
yes, yes. So,
That's how.
but you're right. She does the whole reenactment or whatever, and then the woman who did it, the niece or whatever, is like, "That's not enough to prove
Yeah,
it."
she's like, prove it, bitch.
Yes,
And Jessica's
because-
like, oh.
Well, I wrote down. I wrote down, the sun's direction doesn't seem like enough evidence.
Yeah.
Because that's all she goes, oh, okay, I will prove it.
Yeah.
You did it at 10 a.m.? At 10 a.m., the sun's in the east, not the west. Mic drop.
Yeah.
And then the woman totally confesses.
Well, you didn't know him, and it's like, oh, come
When
on.
I feel like if
girl.
I'm on a jury and they start explaining that, I go, that doesn't...
It
That's
doesn't
not
work.
enough for me.
Was it an extra sunny day?
Yeah.
Was there a
Jessica-
light? Who
yeah.
knows?
Jessica even threatened her, like, she's like, I'm willing to testify that in court, and she should have been like,
Okay.
go for it.
Thank you.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm willing to testify about the direction of sunlight in court. And I'd have been like, cool, please do it.
Yeah.
Because no
Also,
one will get it.
Do you know how wealthy I am? Do you know what
Yes.
type of attorneys I can have?
Yes.
Go for it.
Yes.
English
Have you
teacher.
seen
Yes.
how pretty and how white I am? I'm
Yes.
going to be.
I
fine.
will get off.
I
if
look cute.
sunlight is your only evidence.
I play croquet.
Yeah.
Let's
Yes,
try
yes,
again.
yes. Yeah,
Let's try
for
again.
sure.
And I like how when she's in there and she's in the security room, the niece is in the security room, and she's watching Jessica on the video, and then Jessica walks in and she does like a double take, like, you're in two places at once, and she was so
Right.
mystified. It's like you just played the
You
same
just
thing.
did it.
Stop
Yes.
that.
Well, this girl's also clearly dumb because when the actual incident happened, Jessica's like, "Where were you?" And she's like, "I was walking in the garden." And she's
Right.
like,
Exactly.
no, you were in the library. She's like, "Oh yeah, I was in the library."
Right.
Like, you forget your
You
own.
set
your
this
own
up-
yeah.
Yes, your own
You
trick.
you pre-recorded an alibi.
Yeah.
And like chords like that no one understood in 1984.
For sure.
Input, output, auxiliary chords. You
For
learned
sure.
all of this, but then you forgot to say library. Yeah, I was in the library.
Exactly.
Son of a bitch. The
Exactly.
Dumbass.
That's where it all
She
came
got
apart.
too cocky.
So then she immediately confesses, just tearful like confession. And my favorite is that cop, that gruff cop, is just standing in the corner. Like that's another thing I love about these things, where it's like she just gives this dramatic, tearful confession. You got
With
and
her
then-
back to everybody,
Yes,
by the way.
for like 10 minutes, and the cop's just standing there. When it's like no one gives a shit, you would be arrested immediately. You don't get time to like.
Finish up.
Yes,
This is lovely.
I'll give you I'll give you a little bit longer on this whole.
I want
It
to see
seems
your
like you're-
mother
yeah.
cry
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
You're having a moment. I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you have your
when you would
moment.
just be like, "What? Get in the car. You're arrested."
Come
yeah.
on.
Also when Robert Stack came back and he's like making a deal with Fiery Redhead.
Yes.
He's like, let me make you an offer you can't refuse. When
Yes.
literally Mo Green from The Godfather.
Yes!
I just thought that was great. I was
And
like,
I have to say this again because he comes back when it's all nicely wrapped up in a bow and he's talking to Jessica, and I was like, how did they not make him say, I guess this is one mystery that didn't go unsolved? How could he not say that as like the last line? All I could think about was Unsolved Mysteries every time I heard his voice.
every single time. I remember, like, that show petrified me as a kid.
Oh, endless nightmares. I could never watch it all the way through.
My
Are you
mom,
kidding me?
yeah, my mom adored that show.
So
but
did
it's
my
like,
mom, and I had to like leave the room.
It's like, Mom, I have to go to bed in like 4 hours, and this will not be out of my
Yes.
brain. I can't.
Totally, me too.
Nope, totally. Yeah, that is the freakiest.
It's so
to
terrifying
a child.
for sure.
Yeah.
I was just a creepy kid who watched just creepy shit all the time.
Oh, I couldn't
so
handle it at all. And yeah, my mom
No.
also loved it. Yeah.
That's I'm gonna be that kind of mom.
Show-
No.
Sorry, Junior,
I'm
you
like,
gotta
"You're
watch
watching
this.
this
Yeah,
now."
toughen up.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What are you, some glass-wearing nerd? Watch
Yeah,
it,
come on.
you puss. Okay, I did just, the last thing I want to note is that when the blonde lady comes out at the end to like ask Grady for help,
Yeah.
and she's wearing that
Amazing, like moo
that
Yeah.
muumuu, like
That matches her
shimmer-
swimsuit.
that matches her swimsuit, and at the end of the
Where
episode,
can I buy that?
right?
1983. Also,
Yeah.
all 80s hot girls all look like they're from the Hot for Teacher video. I love it so much. 80s hot women all look like moms today. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
weird like that. We even commented when we were watching it, like the son especially. It's like this. He could be 18. He could be 47.
Yes,
There's no way to know.
either
There's
way.
Yes.
no way to know.
Yeah.
For sure.
And at the end of the episode, when Harrison, Robert Stack, has kind of been like buddy with JB, he's like, "Oh, I'd come like visit you guys, but my ride's here." And
It's
and
Millicent!
Millicent like backs up down the driveway at full speed.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Dude, we gotta go."
Hot
We have
Millicent.
reservations at 8. Come on.
Yeah.
She's
And then
the
he
best.
drops like some little like, "I guess I can. Don't want to be late for dinner." So he says
Yeah.
something, and then hops in the car to go bang a Playboy model.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And I like that the Playboy model apologized to Grady for hitting on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what bullshit was that?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
that
hit
was,
on you.
I know.
I've never
when he's
been
like,
apologized from a guy. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry for the way I hit on you.
yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
My apologies. How uncouth of me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
To lead you on.
And Grady was an asshole back. He's like, whatever.
He was super like, yeah, when he's packing up the car, he's like, "I don't care. What are you
Yeah.
telling me this for?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah. Sorry, Brady.
Annoyed.
Let's see. I think, we covered Robert Costanzo was Lieutenant Greco, and he's been in everything. He was voice on animated Batman. He was in Total Recall. He's got over 250 IMDb credits. So he's
doing okay.
And then we talked about our Seinfeld connection. Alex Rocco, who played Bert, was in The Godfather. And he did the voice of B. Arthur on Family Guy.
Oh.
I thought that was interesting.
That's funny.
And then, Robert Stack, obviously. Beavis and Butthead movie. I think we all remember him from the Beavis and Butthead movie.
For sure. His most important credit.
But now, to close out the episode, we're going to play some games.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, and we since we have a guest here,
Playing for stakes.
we like to play for stakes. So we asked April to give us the name of a charity she'd like to play for. And she's going to play for the LA charity Food on Foot.
Yeah.
Do you want to just give a quick tell the folks what that is?
It's awesome. Well, it's foodonfoot.org. You should donate even if you don't live in LA. If you live in LA, you can work for them. Feedings are feeding sounds crass. We feed homeless people every Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Schrader. It's on Schrader. It's the Gay and Lesbian Center. They give us the space in the back.
Okay, I know what that, yeah.
It's like right
Totally.
in between Hollywood and Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
It's rad. But yeah, check them out online. They're awesome.
Okay. So a very worthy charity. So we're going to start. We got a couple quick games. We're going to start light. I just have a couple quick trivia questions for you.
Okay.
The $10 per correct answer for this game.
These are high stakes.
Super high stakes. I call this game Trivia, he wrote.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I have terrible names for every one of these games.
No, they're great names.
Don't worry about it. Which actor from the episode we just watched had a small recurring role on Saved by the Bell? And for a bonus, what was the character's name she played on Saved by the Bell?
Okay, you are my witness that I pointed this out
totally.
as soon as she came on screen.
Totally.
She's the teacher in the episode, in the Beau Revere episode with the subliminal messages. Like, she teaches the kids how to put subliminal messages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot remember her name. Like, the teacher's name in it. I just know she's the one that calls Zach a blonde Tom Cruise.
She looks, and like, it was not, like, this was only a couple years before that. She looks better on Saved by the Bell than she did in this.
For sure does.
I don't, like,
But now,
like, her...
what's her name?
She,
What's
like,
her
took
name in it?
10 years off of herself, like, in 3 years in the 80s. I don't know what she did, but she looks so much better.
I'm deeply ashamed of myself for not being able to remember her teacher name.
That's okay. The actress's name, Carol Lawrence, and she was on Saved by the Bell 3 times, portraying Miss Wentworth.
Miss Wentworth! Of course! Oh, I should be fired from Go Bayside since I didn't know that.
Retroactively fired
Yes, Miss Wentworth.
Okay. Question number 2. In 1961's Blue Hawaii, Angela Lansbury played Elvis Presley's mother.
Yes.
How much older was she than Elvis? And there's multiple choice. 9 years, 11 years, or 13 years?
Okay. She's like 60 or something in this, and this is the 80s, right? And Elvis was 42 when he died. In 77. What am I saying that out loud? I don't know how to do math.
I was about to say, damn girl, that's so impressive.
I don't know how to.
That is
I'm
like-
not. I'm just saying numbers out loud.
Okay.
That's all I was doing. I mean, probably a little, like 9, right? Like not much.
Yeah, 9 years.
Okay,
She
yeah.
Yes.
She played, she was Elvis's mom.
It's a great movie.
And then last of the trivia questions, just a bonus one. The very next year, in 1962, Angela Lansbury portrayed Lawrence Harvey's mother in The Manchurian Candidate. Mm-hmm. How much older was she than Lawrence Harvey? A, 3 years, B, 5 years, C, 7 years.
I want to say 3. I want to say it's another close.
Yep, only 3
Yes!
years. Played his mom 3 years older than him.
Because
playing
isn't
his
that's
mom.
always the Hollywood, you know how it's like
Yeah.
Sally Field played Tom Hanks' mom in Forrest Gump after playing his romantic interest like in Punchline
Unless-
like 5 years earlier.
Unless you're Angela Bassett, because
Yeah.
in American Horror Story, she plays Cuba Gooding Jr.'s sister, where in Boys in the Hood, she played his mom.
Yes, of course.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
yes,
it's like
girl.
They always make women, if a woman's like
Yeah.
1 year older, it's like, I guess you could be his mom. Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay,
like,
thanks,
fuck you,
Hollywood.
asshole.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally.
It's like, oh, you're not 20 years younger than him? Obviously,
Yes.
you're not a romantic
Yes,
interest.
exactly.
Okay. The next game we're going to play is called Noun, Verb, Murder.
Okay.
I'm going to read to you the description from IMDb of a Murder, She Wrote plot.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you 3 titles. One is the correct title. One is the title of a Saved by the Bell episode. And one is a title I made up.
Okay.
Okay, number one, and these are also $10
Okay.
per correct answer. Okay, number one.
All right.
While in the hospital with a fractured leg, Jessica investigates the murder of a doctor. Is this episode entitled Armed Response, From Nurse to Worse, or Paging Dr. Death?
From Nurse to Worse is Saved by the Bell.
Correct.
What was it? Armed Response?
Armed
or Paging
Response
Dr.
or
Death?
Paging Dr. Death?
Shit. I have to guess which one is the real title.
Mm-hmm.
Armed Response?
Armed Response, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, she broke her, like,
That's
why not
what-
break your arm
Yes!
if it's armed response?
Right.
Legged Response?
That's
is
why
the
I was
title?
gonna go with C because
That's
I was like,
what-
she broke her leg.
Right.
That's why I was like, yeah, armed response. I thought you were going to be like, hey, dummy, like, she broke her leg. Like,
Yeah.
Pay attention. Okay, the next one. Grady's wedding day arrives.
What?
And
That's
so,
surprising.
yeah. And so does an unpleasant fate for the shrewish housekeeper of his prospective father-in-law's estate.
Shrewish?
Shrewish
I love
is
it.
right, yeah. Is this episode entitled Check Your Mate, Death Plus One, or Something Borrowed, Someone Blue?
Check Your Mate is Saved by the Bell with the Russian chess player.
Yes.
So what are the other two?
Death Plus One, or Something Borrowed, Someone Blue?
Ooh. Both of those are good.
That's the thing. Ben's really good at these.
Both
and
of those
it's
are
tricky. I'm like, Ben, you need to write titles. Honestly.
Read me the plot again.
Grady's wedding day arrives, and so does an unpleasant fate for the shrewish housekeeper of his prospective father-in-law's estate. So this is the death, they're investigating the death of a housekeeper.
Yeah.
I mean, not to be like, everybody, but I feel like Jessica's like, it's just a housekeeper. I feel like
And a
that's-
shrewish one at that.
Like,
And
it's always
what are the two choices?
Death Plus One, or Something Borrowed, Someone Blue.
I want to say Something Borrowed, Someone Blue.
Yes,
Yes,
very good.
I was hoping it
Kill
was
it.
Why am I
That's
so? I lose at
amazing.
everything. Why am I so good at this?
This is tailor-made for you, April.
This is
So, yeah.
fantastic.
Number 3. Jessica is pulled into a murder investigation by a woman who claims Jessica's husband fathered her son. Is this episode entitled Hold Me Tight, Paternal Negligence, or Thursday's Child?
Hold Me Tight, Saved by the Bell. The other, Paternal Negligence, is just rad sounding. I kind of want. Wait, say it.
So, Paternal Negligence or Thursday's Child?
I want it to be Paternal Negligence.
It is not.
No, you made that up. That's great. That's a great title.
That was all me.
That's
I
fantastic.
was on fire that day. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Okay, that's literally the first one you've gotten wrong. So you're still
Okay,
the streak
okay,
is
good.
Killing it.
the
Okay,
streak is
good.
alive. Don't worry.
Good.
Okay, the next one. Jessica searches for a link between the town bully's death and the death of the woman he was having an affair with.
Ooh.
All right.
Is this entitled Murder by Twos, Fatal Distraction, or High School Havoc?
Fatal Distraction is Saved by the Bell.
Correct.
So I always eliminate that first.
No, that's the way to do it.
Okay.
It's gotten you this far.
High School Hell? Is that what you said?
High School Havoc
Havoc.
or Murder by Twos.
Murder by Twos?
Murder by Twos is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, last one of these.
All right.
A domineering father forces a teenager to play beyond her desire, and she suffers emotional problems.
Wait, is that a... What is that about?
Yeah, that sounds-
That sounds
That sounds way too
That
grim
sounds
for a
real
murder
pretty.
rate.
Yeah.
Pervy.
Is this Game, Set, Murder, Passion to Play, or All in the Mall?
All in the Mall, Saved by the Bell. What are the other two?
Passion to Play
I hope it's
or
not that.
Game, Set, Murder?
I'm going to say Game, Set, Murder.
Game, Set, Murder.
Yes.
You created passion to play after that.
I love it.
Passion to Play is like because
I
she's
know.
like
I
got
love it.
emotional problems. She's playing so much. I don't know.
That's amazing.
Okay, we got April's approval to play a brand new game we've never played before.
Bring it on. Nobody's going to see that I'm about to eat a green thing.
Oh, let me
It's-
take a picture
Yes.
of it so we can post
Oh, so we can
it.
post it. And while they're doing that, this game is called Murder He Baked, which needs some work.
That is the best picture.
Did you get it? Can you see how green it is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah.
That's
oh,
perfect.
Okay.
And the filter. Okay.
So this is a recipe directly out of the Murder She Wrote cookbook.
Okay.
And so April is going to take a bite of this this delicacy.
Yes.
And she's going to tell us the ingredients. There are 6 ingredients involved in this thing.
That's it, huh?
So you're going to tell us what
Well, one of them I'll say is graham crackers.
Yeah.
Correct. Wow, yeah.
Based on
Nailed
the
it.
visual only. Oh, it's actually nice. Okay.
Well, there's a whole other pan of it if you want it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, like graham crackers, like lime?
It's lemon, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah, it's
lemon.
like citrusy. I have to guess all 6? I
You
mean,
get six-
even
you
the
get 6
usual,
guesses,
like
yeah.
butter or whatever. Like,
There
you
is
know what I
butter,
mean?
yeah.
Whatever you need to bake with. I feel like I'm on a cooking show. I'm a judge on a cooking show now. It's my dream. Even stuff like sugar.
Sugar's in
Sugar,
there.
butter, graham crackers, lemons, cream cheese.
2 more. No cream cheese.
But it's like creamy. It's like... I mean, what made the lemon...
Do you know what the green is?
Food color? Avocados!
Avocado, yes.
Avocados.
This delicacy is called avocado pie, everybody.
Oh! What, how many do...
There's one left. There's only one you haven't gotten.
Is it like the baking ingredients?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like...
Oh.
It's kind of tough, but it's not. I don't
crackers,
know.
Butter, sugar,
Like
lemon.
cream cheese was close, probably the.
Oh, or just like heavy cream, something creamy to
Wow.
bind it.
Yeah, condensed milk,
Oh, okay.
sweetened condensed
That's
milk.
hard.
Sure. That's good.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, avocado is like we both hate avocado, so we're like.
Really?
I know.
So,
I'm the worst
we-
Mexican Southern California
Right.
girl ever. But
I didn't like it
nah.
until I moved here, really.
Oh.
And then it's in everything, and I was like, I like it.
Exactly.
But wait a minute. So this cookbook, is it because she baked that in an episode?
No, they have.
Like, how does it tie in?
They got the cast and crew, and everybody. All the recipes are from someone in the cast or crew.
Oh, okay.
Except there's one that's called Cabot Cove Cookies, except she did them all with K's.
That's weird. That's
KKK.
KKK.
Yeah.
What?
We're like,
Klansman
okay,
cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the avocado pie, just so you know, was submitted by Kim and Sherry Kirschbaum, and they are painters on the show.
Oh, okay. I just assumed it was like in scene 6 of episode
No,
whatever. They're
That's kind
eating
of what I
these-
was hoping for when I got it. It's like, no, it's just all the
But
cast,
it's
crew,
cool because they
actors.
included people. They're like, oh, cameraman number 2. And
Right,
they're like,
right.
"Hey, can you bring in a recipe?
But there is also a recipe in here for,
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Okay, now that's just cheating.
Right.
and it's literally like when you see that, you're like, oh, like does he do something special? It's like, no, it's like bread, wheat, white, your choice.
You know, put one.
Jelly,
Yeah.
jelly/jam on one side, peanut butter on the other. You mush it together for a sandwich.
That is cheating.
So I feel like they're like, hey Jim, you're the last guy.
Yeah, just
you
come
need
on.
to submit it. And he's like, just ask your wife,
Yes.
your brother, just get a recipe. He's like, I don't want to do a fucking cook, but he's like, Jim, everybody's doing it, buddy.
got
Everybody.
to, yeah.
And he's like, fine. He wrote it down, submitted it, and they're like,
Smart ass.
they're like, well, we'll show you. We're putting
We're
this out
putting
there.
it
We're
in there.
publishing it with your name on it,
For
shipper.
sure.
Also, I love that it's cold cranberry salad by Mercedes Jane, the stand-in, and someone from craft services saying.
Yes.
So it's amazing.
Yeah, they got everybody.
Okay.
Okay, last game.
All right.
This game is called Sing a Song of Murder. And what I'm going to give you is I'm going to mush together a song by one of your favorite artists
Okay.
and an episode title for Murder, She Wrote. And you're
Okay.
going to tell me the song title and the artist who sings it
Okay.
for $5 a piece.
All right.
An example, I'll give you an example so you can know what I'm talking about. It would be, Every Day is Like Sundays Dwindle Down.
Right.
And you tell me the song title contained therein is Every Day is Like Sunday
Yes.
by Morrissey.
Right.
Okay?
Okay, cool.
So that's the gist of the game. Okay.
All right.
I think we have 7 of these. The first one is See You in Court, Baby Baby.
What? I already don't know that.
I didn't
will-
make the game, so I don't know
Hold
any
on.
of the answers.
Just so you know, like, I'm not like familiar with, you know, your musical folks.
Okay.
I'm not hip like that.
Okay.
So this was like a Wikipedia list of their songs, and I tried to pick
People
ones that
you're
are-
into.
Well, like obviously the baby part. Do you think I'm into Amy Grant? Is that what
No,
you're
this is
thinking?
not.
Okay.
It's not
Like
even
Morrissey?
Baby Baby is correct, yeah. Baby Baby is correct, but it's not Amy Grant. Maybe they did a cover. I don't know.
Well, it's just because
Am
Is that the whole title of the song?
That's the title of the song, Baby Baby.
I mean,
Where you to?
all I'm thinking about is Amy Grant now.
Right.
That's all I'm thinking about.
I think this one might be hopefully the straight bad one. The group that did it is REM.
They don't have a song called Baby Baby.
Well, Wikipedia disagrees with you.
Ben,
I was literally...
What album did it say that was on?
It's like a
Let me look.
B-side
I'll look
something.
this up while you
Yeah,
guys
go to
are-
the list of REM songs.
Now you're going to show me up my favorite band of all time. And you're
No,
gonna show me up.
maybe it's like something like, oh, they performed it once and they sold 2 copies at a garage sale once, and so it's on
Right.
their list of songs.
Well, let's just say it's Amy Grant for now.
It's Amy Grant.
Okay,
It's
okay,
Amy
okay.
Grant. Okay, the next one. I think the next one will be better.
Okay.
With Mike Mills? I don't know.
Yeah, if you go to the wiki again, I just got it from the Wikipedia list of REM songs.
Oh, it's one of their Christmas... Oh, I see. This was on like a Christmas fan club single. It's a cover of a Vibrator song.
Good
Okay.
job. The Christmas
It's
band.
like the rarest. I mean, I probably own it.
Right.
But yeah,
Okay,
That's
well,
amazing.
that's funny.
I'm terrible. That's okay. All right, off to a great start with this game so far. The next one, Pregnant for the Last Time to Die.
Praying for last time, Morrissey.
Yeah.
Duh. Duh.
See?
Yes, of
There
course.
we go. Okay. Dead Man's Golden Lights.
Golden Lights, The Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
For a second, I was like, is it Dead Man's Party? Oingo Boingo?
Oh.
I
Oh,
could
that's
have gone
great.
either way. Yeah.
Burning Love's Deadly Desire.
Burning Love, Elvis Presley.
Mm-hmm. See, okay.
You have
now,
good taste in music, girl.
now
Thank you. I love Amy Grant. She's great.
Mirror, mirror on the wall is... Take 2. Mirror, mirror on the wall, you need is me.
Oh, All You Need Is Me, Morrissey.
Mm-hmm.
I like this game.
The Air of Her Way Down.
Way Down, Elvis Presley?
Yes.
That's a good song.
And the last one. Tired of Singing Trouble in Eden.
Tired of Singing Trouble is a cover that REM did.
Okay, another cover.
I do know that.
I really killed
Yes.
the REM ones.
No,
on this
I love
one.
it. That's so funny.
The Wikipedia page.
The
love
Wikipedia.
it.
I blame Wikipedia. That's
Yeah,
the real culprit.
obviously.
here. Okay, that's it. That's our game.
Oh,
section.
rad.
Amazing.
Okay.
You
How much
killed
money for
Okay,
fee
cool.
for...
Um,
Sorry, I'm making you do math now.
April, why don't you give your plugs, tell people where to find your stuff, and I will add this up.
Yeah, AprilRichardson.com has everything. Has all my show dates and anything that's ever happening is on there.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, that's about it. That's
I
my
hope you
plug.
counted. Sorry, Ben, I put you on the
Yeah.
spot.
No, that's $125 for charity.
Holy crap, that's rad. Amazing.
For foodonfoot.org. So
Yes.
you guys, yeah, good cause, go donate there. For ours, our next episode that we're going to cover is going to come out on October 21st. It's our Halloween episode, and we're going to cover Season 8, Episode 12, The Witch's Curse.
Nice.
Which is, the episode is a woman is portraying a witch in a community play, and they think she's an actual witch.
Awesome.
It's
So
That sounds
fantastic.
great.
And it's great. Oh, guys, and stay tuned. We should have mentioned this. Like, we're going to announce the winner of the Murder We Swag giveaway at the end of this episode. We just are recording this episode a little early, so
We have
April
time.
will be gone when we say it. But we're going
Well,
to announce.
congratulations
Yes.
to you.
Good job.
Blank.
Good
job,
job.
sir or madam.
Yes.
Here.
You can get your own manservant now. Okay. But yeah, so we'll drop a little thing at the end of that, let you guys know who won that, and we'll send you your prizes right away. Other than that,
That's it, I think.
that's it.
Okay.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah. Thanks, April.
Thank you
so much. This was so great. Thanks
Yeah, it
for
was
stopping
super
by.
fun.
All right, guys. We will see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. We're here on location.
I'm sorry, I'm super awkward because we're doing this in public, and
We're
it's just
doing it-
10 times more embarrassing when you do it in public.
We're only, 5 feet from the front of our office. You guys, that's how excited we are about this. The deadline is passed.
And we couldn't wait another moment, so we're just like,
So at work, we're like, okay, here's how we did. I put everybody who entered on a spreadsheet. Very official.
I
Like
know.
this was Excel.
It was
this
Excel and everything.
Everything. Randomized your names, and then Marissa was kind enough to pick a number,
at random, guys. I had no idea.
and that's how our winner. As simple as that. All you
Yeah.
guys that sent in, we had so many
'Cause you
great
guys are the
entries. It
best.
was so like.
And that's why we couldn't have known, because it would have been too difficult to
That's the
pick.
thing, because that's the thing. It's like it's not like we couldn't even been rooting for some because there's so many great things. It's like we
You
just
can't.
we just pull a hat out of a number basically, and it's like, yeah, this person is amazing and deserves it. So, congratulations to Emily's mom.
Yay!
So, this is super sweet. This is one of the great ones. Emily sent in her review, and then a little later she's like, I listened with my mom, and the mom's here. We'll read the mom's review. Go ahead and read it real
Okay,
quick.
it says, my daughter and I love you guys. We listen together and separately, then discuss. We are Murder, She Wrote diehards.
There's people walking by, and they're like, why are these assholes talking into
It's so
what's
close
going on?
together.
They don't know what's happening.
Oh my god, okay. It says, we are Murder, She Wrote diehards. Thank you for feeding our habit. Well, you're welcome, mother-daughter cutie pies.
I mean,
We love you guys.
come on. So, Emily's mom, congratulations.
Yay!
So,
We'll send out the stuff ASAP.
yeah, we'll contact you guys. I think it's more fun to let you hear it on air than to
Yeah.
just get a thing. So,
Surprise! And if you don't,
if you don't write us back, then this will be really,
then
really
we're
awkward.
gonna have to pick another number.
Oh, we'll be picking numbers all day long.
Yeah.
Emily's mom, do you hear that?
Yeah.
You get
This
your
is
shit
kind of
together.
a threat, yeah.
This is basically a threat. Okay. And guys, don't forget, if you didn't win and you submitted a review,
You still get something.
send us your address.
Dry those tears.
Dry us when you're done crying, and you come up for air, and you can
Yes.
actually, keep food down again.
And when you can't keep food again, let us know and come to our Chipotle party.
Yeah,
Don't
we
forget
got a
about
Chipotle party coming up.
We might do Murder She Drank bingo.
We might. Yeah, we decided we could do Murder She Drank bingo.
Because, with some Chipotle, some alcohol goes
It's gonna
great
go
with
great,
it.
yeah.
Some board games, some bingo, some episodes. It'll be a party.
Yeah.
So, there's other stuff going on, guys.
Yeah. So send us your address if you want. We'll send you a little card, little stickers,
Little something, something.
just a little something. Other than that, congratulations again to Emily's mom. Do
Yeah.
I know your real name? No, I'm
No.
sorry.
Sorry. So you're Emily's mom forever.
Emily sent it to us on a DM and Instagram. She's like, my mom had trouble posting it, but here she is. And I was like, oh, it's so cute.
And it's still posted, so it still counts.
It's there. It's legit. It's valid.
And-
So I just hope they listen to this within the first week. Otherwise, it will get awkward.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay.
we love you all.
All right. Bye.
Bye.